Alright, everybody, welcome back to the Arena Football Nation YouTube channel. And in today's video, we're going to continue on with our preview coverage of the 2024 season. In this video, we're going to cover the American Indoor Football League, take a good look at the teams, a little preview of what they have coming, and just do a quick overview of their schedule. So if you don't know about the American Indoor Football League, I would say it's a Tier 3 league. Usually for most of its conception it has been, and yeah, they're revitalized for this 2024 season. It was announced they are relaunching by President and Commissioner John Morris, and it was initially announced with 4 teams, and these teams might be they might look familiar to a lot of fans out there. The Cedar Rapids River Kings, River City Rage, and then you had the Corpus Christi Tritons and West Virginia Miners. And then a little bit after, the Columbus Lions ended up deciding to join. There's been a little bit of a shake-up since that, but other than that, this is actually a pretty old league. It was originally established in 2005 on the East Coast of the United States, and went through a little bit of a few changes here and there. Fused or went in with the Southern Indoor Football League at one point, and eventually it folded. And you had the after the cease of operations, the former owner showed support for the Arena Development League, which ended up becoming the National Arena League. So it's being revitalized by the same guy who was initially the owner of the league, and looks like it's going to have a pretty solid 24 season. I think they got a good core group of teams, and yeah, really excited for it to see what comes of this. So here we can take a look at the map. Obviously, it's already pulled up. You got the Harrisburg Stampede. We'll just go through each team. Harrisburg Stampede. They've been around since 2008, so been a Tier 3 team for a good while. Pretty good established program. Bernie Nowatarski, sorry if I pronounced that incorrectly, but that's the head coach. And they play out of the New Holland Arena, which holds 7,600 in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. It's usually a pretty good squad. As you can see on the Wikipedia page pulled up, they have one championship, the AIF, and 2 division championships. So yeah, a pretty good program. Been around for a while. I think it's a solid pickup for the AIF, no doubt. They're going to need some cornerstone programs to really get the boat, or get the show running from the start, and build some not only stability for the league, but also a good representation of what they're trying to start with this revitalization. Next up, you have the Cedar Rapids River Kings. This is a team that I did not think we would ever see again. For those of you who don't know, Cedar Rapids actually did cease operations. They are a somewhat young program, but they do have some history. They were founded in 2011. Their head coach is Derek Dyer, and they were playing out of Cedar Rapids, Iowa, at the Alliant Energy Powerhouse Arena, which has a capacity of 9,000. Really interested to see what this team does, how they build this roster up, who they bring in, and what kind of culture they try to build, because they were a pretty respectable franchise, and did really well in the IFL. I know they're a little bit on the lower end. They're at the end of their lifespan, but who knows? Let's see if they can get a good revitalization and make a good comeback here in the AIF. I mean, this is a good opportunity for them to see where they stand, and then who knows? Maybe they'll go back to the IFL or NAL, or maybe the AIF just ends up becoming a really solid league and they build something. Either way, really awesome to see the Cedar Rapids back. Never thought I'd see them back, and yeah, let's hope they have great things for them. Another one that I didn't think I'd ever see again that was a solid program is the Amarillo Venom from Amarillo, Texas. They are actually a pretty solid franchise that has a good following, a lot of fan support. They've been around since 2003. And yeah, the head coach is Rick Kranz. And they play out at the Amarillo Civic Center with a capacity of 4,912. A little bit on the smaller side, but if they can pack that arena, it'll be solid and loud. So I know some of the games I watched on YouTube before with that, they ceased operations. They were a pretty solid franchise. Really liked the uniforms. They had a really cool design and a solid logo, the Venom logo. So yeah, another team coming back from the dead in this AIF league. So really cool to see them back. I want to say I know they might have played in the IFL. I'm not 100% sure, but I do know that they were a Arena Football League 2 team, I believe. It was either that or Sea Rapids. I'm blanking out. I apologize, but yeah, either way, really solid older franchise. To see come back is amazing. Next up, we got the Corpus Christi Tritons. So a little Texas rivalry here for the Venom. They are playing out of Corpus Christi, Texas, obviously, in the American Bank Center, which has a capacity of 10,000, which will be the highest capacity in this league. This is a new franchise, and the head coach they have is Bradley Chavez. So yeah, I've been seeing a lot of really good things on social media for Corpus Christi. I know they've had a long history of arena football or indoor football. Teams coming and going, nothing really solid being landed. Getting a good following or financially being stable, or even being competitive. So good to see a new program come in here, and it looks like they have a pretty stable franchise, good ownership. They're doing really good on social media, really getting their stuff out there, being really active. So I expect them to do pretty decent if they can get a good roster together. Just another franchise that's new that should have a good start here in the AIF. Next up, we have the Mississippi Raiders. Don't know much about this team. I know they're a lower level arena indoor football team. I think they do pretty solid for the most part in their existence. They are pretty young. 2019 was when they were founded. They play out of Batesville, Mississippi, in the Batesville Civic Center with a capacity of 3,200. So another one of those smaller arenas. But like I said, I think I've heard pretty decent things from them. That they have a pretty decent franchise. So I'm looking to see more from them, see what they're all about, and yeah, some of these teams I don't know too much about. So it's who knows? Could be a surprise. They could surprise a lot of people and make a solid run here in this league. So really interested to see what they got. All right, next up, Flint River Gators. This is another new franchise for this year. Once again, don't know much about them. They just were established this year. They're going to play out of Albany, Georgia, in the Albany Civic Center with a capacity of 7,200. So Albany is just like Corpus Christi. It's another one of those towns, cities that have a lot of teams that are lower end, lower league arena football indoor teams that usually aren't that great. Come and go, never really get any solid stability. So really interested to see what the Flint River Gators out of Albany do here, what kind of program they build. Good little short drive rivalry for the Columbus Lions, it looks like. So yeah, they should battle Georgia. Should be interesting, and we'll see how they turn out. Hopefully they can build a really good program around themselves and make some noise here this AIF season. And last but not least, the team we all expect to do really well in this league. They are the defending Arena Alliance, whatever it was, that league they were just in. All I know is there was like 5-6 games they played, and they won the championship by like 40 points. I don't know. Columbus, we do know Columbus is solid. I fully hope and expect that they'll have a much better challenge this year with these teams. These are, I hope, much better, more improved programs than what they faced last season. And yeah, I've just followed the NAL for the past few years, so we all know who the Columbus Lions are. They're going to bring it. They are intense, aggressive, very solid program, and yeah, one of the lower end. I would put them as a Division 2 if we're going to say 1, 2, 3, Division 2, Division 1 level program. They did begin in 2006, so one of the older franchises in this league for sure. And they play in Columbus, Georgia, obviously, in the Columbus Civic Center with 7,573 for capacity. Chris McKinney is listed as the head coach. Yeah, Columbus, a lot of respect for them. They run a really tight ship, good program. And I'm sure going into this season, they are looking to be the team to beat. So hopefully they have a pretty good improvement from last season with this league. And like I said, you got the River Kings, Venom. I expect them to really try to make a splash in their first year back, from the dead. Harrisburg, the Stampede, they're a pretty solid program. So hopefully they'll give a good shot, get a good run here. And who knows, the Tritons, Raiders, River Gators might end up being a diamond in the rough. I'm really expecting this to be a solid season. Maybe some good surprises. I would say Columbus Lions are the team to beat from the get-go. And then it's a 3-team race, maybe 2 between River Kings, Venom, and Stampede, depending on what kind of program they build, what kind of roster they bring together. And then you're looking at possibly Tritons, Raiders, and River Gators the bottom half. That's just my way too early predictions. Not knowing much details yet, so take that with a grain of salt. But yeah, this looks like it's going to be a pretty solid season. And good little revitalization here for the AIF. You can see here on the website their schedule. I have a quick little rundown through it. This is all the games listed. So I'm pretty sure they're going to have an uneven setup here. Probably going to be very much tailored to geography or travel, with it being a lower tier league and some of these teams maybe being tight when on the travel revenue. But yeah, we'll just take some quick looks at it. The schedule, some highlights. So oh yeah, I'm so sorry, I forgot to cover. There was two more teams that are actually announced that will be now listed as expansion for 25, and that is the River City Rage, which is another really solid older program started in 2001. They're going to move to Coralville, Iowa, and the Extreme Arena, which is listed as a capacity of 5,100. River City Rage is a pretty solid program, been around for a long time in the lower tiers of arena indoor football. So that was another team I was really excited to see coming to this league. And next was Beaumont Renegades, playing out of Beaumont, Texas, in the Ford Arena with a capacity of 8,200. They're a new franchise founded this year. So yeah, it's 2 future teams. Forgot to list them, but anyways, back to the schedule. Yeah, some highlights you got on March 24th. The Lions are at Amarillo Venom. First game of the year for the league. This should be a great game. Columbus, going to be pretty solid. Amarillo, I think they're going to build a really good, roster, have a really good attack offensively. They've done really well in the past, so I believe ownership is going to want to just pick up where they left off and bring a good game to Columbus. This might be a shootout in my eyes, and a really good start to the season and to show off what the AIF has to offer to all the people watching. So yeah, that looks to be a really solid game. Next up on March 28th, you have the Lions at the Mississippi Raiders. This one's interesting because it's a AIFA championship rematch. So yeah, the Raiders were actually the team that the Lions played in the championship this past year in their Alliance League. So that looks to be a good game on paper. Hopefully the Raiders are improved enough to make it a solid rematch. Like I said, I believe the score was 44-55, something like that, to 10 or so. So it's been a minute since I watched that game or even saw the highlights. So yeah, a little rematch there from the their old league in the new league. So should be a good one as well. Next up, you have the Emeraldville at the Corpus Christi Tritons. This would be a Battle for Texas game, like I said earlier. River Gators at Cedar Rapids River Kings, also on that date. This would be the first game for the River Kings since COVID, which was one of the main things causing them to fall apart and cease operations. So it's really good to see them back, and you know, we'll see what they're made of, what kind of program they build, and really look forward to seeing the revitalization of the River Kings. So that's pretty awesome. And then you got the Lions at the Albany River Gators, Battle for Georgia. So yeah, you get some pretty interesting, cool little things set up already. Some rivalry games. You got some out of league games. Like here you have the Maryland Eagles facing the Harrisburg Stampede. So you, yeah, looks like a solid beginning for this league and these teams, and really excited for this. Hopefully these teams do really well, and maybe they'll come to the NAL or IFL. And yeah, really excited to see the Venom and the River Kings back. That's the biggest thing, and let's see if Columbus can continue their domination. All right, everybody, that will do it for this video. Little quick one, just covering the AIF a little bit. Really excited for this this program, or these programs in this league. So just another thing to have to look forward to. More football, right? Never can have too much football, especially arena indoor football. So yeah, really excited for the AIF. Hey, if you like this content and you want to continue to see more of it, hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. We're growing the channel. We just started off, and we plan on covering all of arena and indoor football. We're going to have previews. We're going to have tier lists. We're going to do all that good stuff and more. And we'd really appreciate you helping us move those chains. So I will end on that. See you guys in the next one. Let me know what you think in the comments about this league. Who are you excited to see? Who are you looking forward to watch? Let me know. Let's have a discussion in the comments. Like the video if you appreciate this video, and I'll see you in the next one.